ways here. All right, well, let's see. You know what? We can try. Let's try this. So, here. All right, good morning. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Check, check, check. All right. So I just got to double check on some things. This is interesting because I've got 3 different streams going on. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's not sucking too much out of everything else. All right. Morning, Laz. Sweet. All right, let's go. Looks like I got, all right, I think I've got, hold on, I've got a couple things going on over here, right? All right, good morning. I'm DarkPoolAlgo. Thanks for joining me on another morning watches building session. Actually starting on time today. I'm streaming out to a couple different places, got my YouTube followers as well as guest stream on the Bullish Bears. Thanks for letting me share my morning with you. I am a smart money dark pool and block trade analyst. I look at flow trade all day, looking for divergences in the algorithm and price action. With that being said, what you see on top of your or on your screen now is the flow trade interface. So what it does is it measures smart money, large institutional hedge funds, big boys, people that have millions and billions of dollars that they flood into the market. It handles that in real time, and it is a predictive, not a lagging indicator. So it just lets us know what's happening in the market before the market reacts. I typically use a 4-screen setup like this. The white bars you see are price action. If you see this purple line here is the regular algorithm. If you see me draw a blue line across the screen, that means it is a dark pool block trade. If you see me draw a red line across the screen, it is a regular block trade. If you see me draw a white line or drop a line, it's a party time. The boys in Miami are gonna have fun. Shout out to Laz. Welcome back from Dubai, buddy. Glad to have you back. Okay. What that means, though, really, is that there is a dark pool block trade and a regular block trade that are printed so close to each other that I can't separate them out. And those are major areas that you need to pay attention to, right? So if you get retail investment and dark pool investments at the same level, that's a pretty important level to pay attention to. So typically what I'll do is I will run through the news. I'll also run through some futures overviews, some stocks that I have on my watch list, and then I'll usually open it up to, excuse me, usually open it up to the chat. I'm not sure if I can get chat for the Bullish Bears stream. If not, I apologize. You can hit me up in large caps room, so I should be there streaming there as well. So let's make sure I got all the chat groups up. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna let's run through some news real quick and see what's gonna happen in the market today, shall we, folks? I think so. All right, get rid of some of that. You don't need to see all that personal stuff. All right, starting with the news. Comcast got downgraded to market perform from outperformed by Raymond James. Yep, Comcast is not doing its job. This is important news here. U.S. listed Chinese tech stocks, Baba, JD, and Baidu are rallying again today. Baba shares are up over 5% because old Charlie Munger from Berkshire decided it wanted to boost its holding in Baba by 83% during the last, while it was selling off. they were loading up on it, right? Also helping public sentiment is China's antitrust regulator fined delivery giant Nition 3.4 billion won, which is about 5.5 million, for abusing its dominant market position. So Chinese regulators are actually starting to crack down, which makes us happy. So there's no more of that BS luck and coffee thing, right? All right, moving on. News as far as medical news that's coming out. These two have caught my eye. Merrick submitted emergency use authorization for its an investigational oral antiviral medicine for COVID, right? So they got approval 2 weeks ago. They applied for emergency use auths this week, so they'll probably start shipping it out next week. Merrick may move with that news, as well as AstraZeneca. Phase 3 trial endpoint showed reduced risk by 67%, where 90% of participants were at high risk for COVID treatments. Okay, so AZ and MRK, I'm going to be looking at those this morning. Some other news that I found interesting: Cleveland Cliffs agrees to various processing and trading, one of the largest processors and distributors of various scrap metal in the U.S. So steel, right? If there's any steel news, CLF should be in play. Oh, Southwest, this is important. Right here. Listen up. So Southwest Airlines, ticker LUV, canceled 800 flights yesterday and another 1,000 today. Okay. The company blamed the disruption on air traffic control issues and weather, although other major airlines had no issues. Okay. There's a rumor and speculation that the Southwest employees have called in sick as a form of protest over the mandatory vaccination rules in place, which have been confirmed. So sell the rumor, buy the news. We have rumor and news on that. So I went over Southwest on Twitter. It actually looks like it's in a good position on the weekly. So depending on what this news happens, it may be a little bit of an opportunity for me to get in there. Okay. Let's see. Goldman Sachs cut its forecast on U.S. economic growth over the weekend, citing longer-lasting virus drag on virus-sensitive consumer services and the impact of extended global semiconductor shortage. All right. Goldman Sachs trimmed its 2021 growth forecast by 10 points to 5.6, while lowering its 2022 40 points to 4%. So Goldman Sachs, they provided guidance, lower guidance. Sketchy on that. A little bit sketchy on that. Earnings today, as come on, Beavis and Butthead just went off in my head, right? I don't recognize any of these off. Maybe Fast. I don't know if that's Fastly or a different one. Closing on Friday, everybody knew that we were up and then down. As far as the world news goes, in Asian markets, Nikkei index rose 1.6%. Shanghai was a little bit up. It is trading again. last week it didn't trade at all. Hang Seng jumped nearly 2%, and the DAX is down 50 points, right? FTSE, the 100 is up 0.25%, and it's supposed to be a quiet day because bond markets are closed. That is true. There's not a lot of volume going into the market. If you look at the MES on the 1 minute, we just got a Wu-Tang pattern reversal. I'll show you what that is in a minute. It's another one of my little key terms. So if you see it, you know it's time to get booty. Just drop on all the key terms on you all day. I know I have some chat going on over here. I gotta get these, my peeps. There we go. All right. Futures head lower going into Columbus Day. Oil prices. Here we go. It's OPEC. Don't get stuck. All right. Oil prices extended its last week's gain, moving to fresh 7 years highs ahead of key inflation data later this week and upcoming earnings season, which starts Friday with big banks. Let's go. I can't believe it's earnings season again. Shout out to Josh Answers. I just had Uncle Answers in my head with earnings seasons. I may play that later today. Love that album. All right. JP Morgan Citi. So there'll be earnings on Friday for JP Morgan and Citi. I will definitely play an iron play for those. So stay tuned for that. We'll figure out a good play on that one, right? And then more news about Goldman Sachs cutting their 21 and 22 estimates. Okay. So bonds closed today, right? So oil and crude, definitely energy plays should be of interest today. Let me go over, see what we got as far as futures are concerned. SIG did a great job this morning of going over the general overall market conditions, right? So I'm not going to try to counteract or add to anything that he said. The man is way smarter than a lot of people. In case of any of you out there know people at Bang, I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm here every morning with you. All right. So this is just the chop fest that we were talking about here. I'll show you that Wu-Tang reversal on ES real quick, if I can get zoomed in. Here it is. For those of you that have been with me, for those of you, and I'll do that one. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you know what to look for. If you're just joining me, I'll show you right now. Grab the ES screenshot. Since I'm not using Zoom or any of those fancy streamers, I just do screenshots. The Wu-Tang reversal is this. Sell off to support, right? Rally up to resistance, like we did here, right? Pull back to confirm, trend direction change, or the large move to the upside, right? I call it the Wu-Tang pattern reversal because it's a W. It's really the Dow 1, 2, 3 reversal. Okay, for those of you Dow scholars out there, I call it Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang forever. Regardless, we had that little reversal here on the ES over midpoint, or off of this midpoint or something. So, yeah, so this is midpoint support. I believe that's previous day's lows, right? I think that would make sense. I'm still learning that system. What I should do is schedule 30 minutes with SIG, do some training with them. In case anybody, y'all didn't know that, that's offered as a service, as an additional service. Let's see. YM is running into midpoint resistance, right? NQ still selling off. The Russell down, but making higher lows, higher highs. So Russell might be reversing. All right, gold, poor gold. So I think what's happened is gold used to be the hedge, right? Everybody used to hedge in gold. I think what's happening is crypto is a new hedge because gold is giving you the finger, right? This pattern means exactly what it looks like, right? Little 2 fingers down, 1 finger up, right? The old middle finger. So gold is like, you're gonna have a crummy day. So I fully anticipate gold to take out lows and continue on down, 1750 being the support level, a break below that, and I think it gets a little sketchy. Crude is up, ran into overhead resistance, broke into new highs, 82.18. I don't know what's at that level, but it looks like maybe it's Thursday's high. Rejected off of that, it's pulling back into support. Not sure if it broke its uptrend because we got this low here and there's another low down here. I'm wondering if it's just at those lows. So gold is selling off. Could find a nice support and continue on to the upside. ZB, which is bonds. Obviously bonds are down. They're not going to move today because bonds are closed. The yen is selling off. So typically when we have this bottom row selling off, it looks good. It's positive news for the upper row, which is the ES, the YM, NQ, and Russell. All right. Whenever I see this bottom row down, I look for strength in this upper row. I try not to get too technical about stuff. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and not lagging too bad, but I didn't restart Thinkorswim like I should have. All right, now is the time where I start getting into the algo flow. I know that I'm only supposed to run 30 minutes on the restream. Let's see how well that works. All right, so stocks I'm interested for the week: W, Carvana to the downside, maybe the upside, Playboy, and W. Oh, not W. I don't like W in there twice. Playboy. Can't remember what else I had on my list. I may have to check. Let's see. W, Piranha, Playboy. Uber and MasterCard. So MasterCard too. So I've got 6 already. I want to look at. I know I posted a bunch of stuff on Twitter yesterday. I want to go check into what that was. I can't remember. They were all pretty decent. They were all pretty decent. Let's see. Come on. Wow, that's going to suck if my stuff's not lagging. All right, I know I have love in there. So there was love, there was AMD, Tesla, and Affirm. Love, AMD, Tesla, and Affirm. Those 4 I want to go over this morning with y'all. I think these might actually have a chance to move. Sorry, I write this stuff down so I don't forget about it. There we go. So far, so good. Look at that giant cup and a half on AMD. Ooh, sexy. All right, love, like I said, it looks pretty decent, right? It was in regular block trade support from 53.57 to 53.77, right? There's that little range that it was just kind of maintaining support. In an overall uptrend, we had bullish divergence coming in on the 7th that lasted for an entire day. So this is valid bullish divergence. Algo is net buying. We have regular block trade level at 54.96 and 55.87. So we do have upside targets, right? 55, 56. Double block trade support, right? So I'd be interested to see what's going on with love. If it takes out some of those lows right here, I did not really notice this yesterday, which is kind of important considering it is a gap that has to be filled. So it did gap up to the support level here. So if love breaks regular block trade support, look for it to come down and test previous lows. Below previous lows, I feel like it's going to come down and fill this gap. Let's see what that looks like as far as the old charts have to say. I gotta find. So I was in a fight with TradingView for the longest time because they tried to triple charge me for a yearly subscription. Yeah, I didn't end well for them. Got my money back. All right, so I mean, this is a bullish pattern, right? Rally, pull back to support, rally, bull flag going into the end of last week, right? The squeeze histogram did show a little reversal sign, so we may pull back to point of control, which is at 51.13, or the 21 EMA, which is coming in at 51.68. Where's my pre-market chart? Spent the weekend going through after fighting with them, signed up for a new trial. I don't know if you know this with TradingView. If you sign up for a trial and you got to cancel, they're going to throw this ridiculous offer at you that's 60% off the yearly. Yeah. For premium. Yeah, that's what I got. All right, yeah. So love did it got down $1.50. Hmm. 52.25. So I've got the 21-day EMA, which is our mean, at 51.73. So a pullback to this level, in my opinion, would be fine. Bet you there's probably a little demand zone right in there. So I'm okay with support at 51.76. We have VWAP at 50, VWAP at highest volume VWAP at 50. We've got, is this monthly, yearly? I've got a longer term view up here. I'm still working this out. So we may just be pulling back to VWAP, which would be fine, right? You'd fill that gap, right, which would be bullish for the stock. MACD is about to cross over on the daily, and so it's going to be interesting. In these markets, since there's so much chop and lack of volume, anything that's got momentum behind it, even though the IV may be elevated, it might be worth taking a second look at today. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the 50-day. Excuse me. I got the 50-day at 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 day. I like that. That is my 50, 50, 50 day. Very visual oriented. Very interesting there. Oh, it's 50, 53. So I'm one off. As far as otherwise, bearish, looking love, negatively stacked moving averages, the 8, 21, 34, 50, 200 should be flipped for bullish direction. So this is very bearish. I don't know if we get a rally to, right? So like I said, it's going to be tough. Whereas the algo going into Friday was bullish on the stock, right? News came out. So we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on it. All right. Moving on from love, alpha or advanced micro devices, right? AMD. Nice. Look at this beautiful cup and handle forming. The algo was running with price action last week. However, we ran into dark pool resistance at 104. Let me just mark this up because I think it's important for everybody to realize that the algo interacts with key levels and it interacts with, large orders like the block, like a dark pool or a regular black trade. So the algorithm is currently, it's formed a cup and handle. That's obvious. If it can maintain its support and potentially move back up to the upside, I would become bullish on AMD again. Price action. Yeah, I'm lagging this one. Yeah, I can tell. The chart's not doing its job. Like it's heading to a key inflection point, right? This is where I start drawing block trades on the screen. 104.63, right? That's our downturn or our downward target on AMD, 104.63. Overhead resistance at 107.48. Currently, the algo is fighting with this white line level. This is important. And I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but AMD can definitely come back down and test this level. 101.56. That's our white line support resistance. Above that, 102.60, 65. Another level there. We do have dark pool support at 103.97. Let's just call that 104. So 104 would fill the gap. So pull back to 104, which would blow through this regular block trade. It would fill the gap from the previous rally. It would be kind of an extended cup and handle, but I think that I'm interested in AMD this week. Sure. No, I have a ton of windows up. That's okay. Yeah, nice cup and handle. It's got room to come down to fill that gap, which it may very well do. Looking at it on the daily, right? Massive flag. That's what it's doing, right? Just figuring out. We're below the 50-day on the daily. That's a little sketchy. I don't like it being in this cloud. I'm going to give AMD a couple more days, even though we've got a ready aim fire signal getting ready to fire off, getting a slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen. So similar to this move back here, slingshot squeeze release, we get a large move when that happens, especially being red and black. Those are high and medium compression squeezes. So when it does release, it should release pretty violently. What else are we doing? Talking about AMD. Is that the same chart? I don't know. Currently trading right at the mean, right? Which is the 21-day EMA. So we'll pull back to that, and we can continue to see a move to the upside. What's it doing overnight? I should check this first before I go through that whole rigmarole, because there's been every time I swear I do it where I'm like, oh, it's super bullish. It'll either gap down or it'll be gapped up and gone. All right, AMD broke below 104.30, which was previous support level that I had marked out. I'm not happy that it's below the 50 on the 15, or below the 200 on the 15. Typically, my rule stated that I don't trade stocks below the 200 on the 15. I'm going to give it a chance to get, to straighten itself out and start doing its job again, but really it needs to be above 105. So AMD long above 105, right, which would be a break above the 50-day on the 15-minute chart. So the move would be rally up, pull back to support, maintain the 50 of the 200, and then I think we can continue on. It'll straighten out our moving averages so that it goes, so that they're stacked positive again, right? So it would go 8, 21, 34, 50, 200. That happens, bullish uptrend, right? With chart of, I don't know, 107.50. So we're going to keep an eye on AMD. Like I said, it's very important to pay attention to what happens at basically this level here, right? That level up. Keeping an eye on it. Slingshot squeeze on the daily, getting ready to release. Right. It's a spaghetti mess. You guys don't even want to know what that is. Yeah, so AMD, keep an eye on it for the move. Tesla. So Tesla, let me just check Tesla, because it's one of those that'll make me look like an idiot saying that, oh, it's only going to move 10 points, and it moves 20 pre-market. Okay, I will also be checking out Baba, Baidu, GM, Disney, apps. Ooh, apps. I forgot about apps. Yes. Apps looks gorgeous. And it's a $10 gap. I'm using flow trade, but the layout. Anthony, they're coming out with a new version of the layout. Yeah, let me know. Leave a comment or email me. My email if you need to reach out. So Tesla, right? Just steady buying, right? Psychological level of 800. We can get above that, then I think we start getting pretty chunky up to taking out previous areas of support and resistance, most notably this 841.31. So that would be a rally to 3 ATR, right, coming off of this move here. So I think Tesla, I keep an eye on it. I'd like a pullback to 785 and then catch that next rally up. We're still in a buy area. 1 ATR is still a buy for me, especially if we can go to 2, right? That key level of 800 is going to be very important. We've got a positive and increase in histogram, right? We've got getting ready to have a buy signal, right? Where's that sell sign? It's kind of choppy on the daily as far as the radiant fire goes. I think RSI is fantastic, right? Kind of choppy there. So, yeah, for me to play Tesla, the way I like to play Tesla, it's got to break 800. There's also, oh, I got rid of my time tools. this. Now, where's my favorites? All right, look at this gnarly little supply zone that we're in right here. All the way back on February 19th. That supply zone was created. Supply zones for me are red. Thanks, Rose. How supply zones are places where you want to sell into. You're the supplier, not the buyer. All right. So yeah, that's Tesla. For me, break 800 signifies a move. This is what stack positive moving averages look like, right? 8, 21, 34, 50, 200, right? This is bullish, right? Yep, earnings coming up on the 20th. Earnings next week, possible rally in earnings. 800 is that key level. Above that, I go long. Below that, I don't get into the trade. As far as the algorithm and Tesla is concerned, it's just trading with price action. We have regular block trade level at 783, 875. That's your support. 796.35 is your resistance. Break above or below either one of those, then I would tend to reevaluate what's happening with Tesla. 783.75, 796.35. Mark them on your charts, okay? Affirm. Moving on to Affirm. This was the stock of last week, right? The algo is trading with price action. We need to see it curl back up and continue up. Is this a pullback to previous high support? I think so. I'm going to make an idiot of me right now if I don't go check it on the charts because it may have already made its move for the day. All right. My restream time is over. So yeah, thanks for joining me on the Bullish Bears restream, possibly. I hope it worked out. I'll get the technology issues worked out. I will be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning. Just restreaming. You can join me in the Bullish Bears on Fridays. I live stream the Open. If you need a trial of flow trade, bet you we can find you one. Ask in the chat. Ask in the Discord or reach out to me directly. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to still my YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to shut down this free stream and I will be back to look at, oh, just real quick, I'll do Affirm. Affirm's making its move. I like it above 147. Affirm above 147. I think it rallies to 150 and then just consolidates there. Okay. That's it for me. Thanks for joining me. How do I end this?